Hi, Com231. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about Chapter 20. Chapter 20 really starts in earnest all of the information about presentation aids. So instead of just reading to you what's going on, I'm going to let you know that the book and the lecture slides both have a ton of details about exactly what's going on with presentation aids, all the different kinds of types. So be sure that you are reading the book and you're looking at the lecture slides that are posted on Blackboard, and that will help you be ready to go for your quiz. What I'm going to focus on today is not just the types of the various kinds of presentation aids, but actually what exactly you're going to need to do for your presentation aid that's coming up for your informative speech. So some information that you need to have about that is, first of all, the presentation aid for the informative speech is going to be PowerPoint only. There is just simply no way for us to do models or demonstrations or those kinds of things for your informative speech with the online situation. So be sure that you are transitioning whatever you are thinking about doing to a PowerPoint idea if for some reason you weren't going to use PowerPoint. A couple things about the PowerPoint though: no audio and video clips. Those take away from the speech. They won't integrate well into the speech, so you're going to be sure you're just using slides, not audio and video clips. We need to be able to follow along on the presentation aid with your speech. So you got to be sure that it's in the order that you're going to talk about things and that it makes sense with the way you're talking about things in your speech, and that it would be very, very easy for us to tell when we should click slides. The other thing you want to think about is design, colors, fonts, size. As we continue to look at presentation aids in chapters 20, 21, and 22, you're going to get more information about how to choose colors. There's going to be an activity for you to do to help you with how you should focus on color, how to make the decisions about what colors mean, all that kind of stuff. So you want to be thinking about colors to use, design to use. The other thing you need to know is that you have to cite everything that you use in a presentation aid PowerPoint. So anything that is graphics, charts, images, unless it's a free use, then you just have to tell us where it is on the slide. But anything other than free use type graphics where you can just say where you got it from, you're going to have to actually cite for real. And you can look in the presentation aid, the lecture slides for chapter 20 to see how I cited various charts and graphs on that presentation aid for the lecture slides for chapter 20 to get an idea of how you should be doing that on your presentation aid PowerPoint. So a couple more things that you need to have for the PowerPoint for your presentation aid for the informative speech. The last slide of your presentation aid should be a references for APA or works cited list for MLA. And later in the week, look for some examples I'm going to be putting out there in the presentation aid module. I'm going to be putting out there a PowerPoint example for how that slide should look. There will be an extra credit opportunity, so if you need points, this is a great chance for you to make up some points, and you will get up to 5 extra credit points if you, in your speech video, are able to reference which slide number we're going to be on. So if you could say, as you see on slide 4, and then tell us about the information there, or as you see on slide 1, or if you look at slide 1 in the presentation, that way we know where we're supposed to be. So you can get up to 5 extra credit points for doing that in your speech video. So you want to start practicing that right now and be sure that you're integrating that into your speech video so that you can get those extra credit points. If you have questions about how this video will work, how the presentation aid will work, that sort of thing, you need to be asking those in the discussion board for the presentation aid module. Remember, there's a discussion board up for each module. I want to leave you with just a couple of general reminders about things for online classes. First of all, make sure you are checking your Coastal email and Blackboard daily. This is super important because the Coastal email is the only way the college and instructors have a guaranteed way to contact you. So be sure you are checking that on a daily basis. If you don't have the Outlook app on your phone, you might want to think about putting it on your phone. But be sure you're going there and checking every day. Be sure you're logging into your Blackboard classes every class day. You would normally have a class assignment. So for us, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There will be something due every Monday, Wednesday, Friday until we are back in class or through the end of the semester, depending on exactly how that all works out. And remember that those count for your attendance and for your class participation grade. So you need to be sure you do those. The same attendance rules apply. Once you hit 6, you are done. If you hit any more classes missed than 6, then you have to be dropped from the class. And those attendance rules did not go away. So this is the easiest way for us to still take attendance without having to log on together at the same time. Those class participation activities can be done anywhere from first thing in the morning all the way through 11:59 at night, but they will close at 11:59. So you want to be sure that you're planning logging in. The best way for you guys to be sure that you are logged in and doing things when you need to is just to log in and do the work during your normal scheduled class time. You guys are already used to having to sit in class for that 50-minute class period every 3 days, or 3 days a week. So you want to be sure that you go ahead and log in during that class time if possible, and just do the daily check-in, do whatever activity it is, look at the video, look at the slides, that sort of thing, and that'll help keep you current. As always, if you have questions, reach out to me sooner rather than later, especially given the changes in the new format. A lot of you have messaged me on Remind. I'm able to get back to you really quickly that way. If you email me, it might take a little longer just because things are slower that way. And you can always go to the discussion boards. I'm going to look at those regularly. So reach out if you have questions, because if you have the questions, someone else probably does too. I will come back to you in video form with some information on Chapter 21 and Chapter 22 later in the week. Good luck, guys.